why she hates
Yo, we're
Pikmin 4.
live! And the first thing people is like, why does your wife hate Pikmin? She's watching now. Boo! Everyone in the chat, boo, Stephanie!
Feel like hating Pikmin is like hating the Care Bears. Like, it's so adorable. How can you hate them?
This is what I mean. How in earth can anyone hate the Care Bear? Like the Care Bears, well, the Care Bears as well, but you know, the Pikmin. Like, there's no way you can hate Pikmin. Oh my god. Right, let me know, friends, if you can hear me, see me. So I'm here, obviously, you can see with Bidia507 and Andre Segers from Game Explain. Bidia507, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well, and thank you for you too. You know, inviting me here.
No problem, my friend. No problem. Andre Segers again. We've invited him again. He's graciously the last minute as well popped in. Always an honor to have you here, my friend. How's it going? How are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm ready to share some more of my bad opinions.
No. We both know that's Bidia. and by the time, don't worry, Bidia. By the time my list comes through, people are gonna like unsubscribe from my channel. Watch that.
Oh my goodness. We'll try to prevent that.
So briefly, we're gonna. I'm just gonna ask what we've been playing. We've just been talking about right now, but I don't know what Bidia has been playing. So Bidia, Mr. 507. Actually, before I ask you in the chat, just let me know that you guys can hear us and see us, and we all sound similar level. If anyone needs to be higher or lower, I've done a check, but I just like to be clear if anyone needs to be boosted or so. So let us know in the chat. Bidia, so what have you been playing lately, my friend?
I've been playing mostly in Persona 5 Royale. I've been playing in Prince of Persia, The Last Crown.
Good game.
And the Sword of Ditto. I'm playing it with my wife. And I think that's all right now. I'm sorry, people. I don't have the Nintendo Switch. I'm poor. I'm really sorry.
The Switch too. No, but I asked you a while ago. I asked you a while ago if you enjoyed because I know you love in Prince of Persia, and I know you loved Metroid Dread, and I asked you which one was better, and you were like, "Why? I don't know."
Oh, wait, what? It's difficult because Metroid Prime. No, sorry, Metroid Dread is for me, for what it is, it's a 10.
Metroid Dread,
the Last Crown is for me, it's almost a 10 or a 10 because you know all these crazy and crap with Ubisoft and you know the bad games that they are throwing right now. It's like I feel that people right now people like they feel like biased right now with Ubisoft. So for me, the Last Crown, Prince of Persia, is a great, wonderful game. So it's hard for me. It's hard for me. And if you ask me about Dread and the Last Crown.
Okay. Oh, all right. Well,
wow.
Mr. Andre. Oh, this is... Andre can afford to have people unsubscribe from his channels. He's fine. But...
I've got some buffer in there.
Yeah, I can't afford the buffer. But we're about to talk about something that we've both just found out we agree with. But why don't you let us know what you've been playing, and then I'll ask you what you think.
Yeah, so I've most recently I've been playing Drag X Drive with the Global Jam. I'll be playing more of it tomorrow with the full game. Been having fun with that. You know, I liked it initially when I played the Switch 2 event, and playing more of it, like, it's kind of grown on me even more. Though I'm still hesitant as to how long I'll stick with it, but so far it's been fun. Beyond that, I've been back in my usual nonsense with Dead by Daylight, especially with them recently adding Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's to the game.
Yeah.
And I'm addicted. Like, I love playing in a troll-like manner, not like being a jerk or anything, but I like playing within the parameters as trollish as I can.
Yeah.
In the sense that, like, so the thing you do with Springtrap is as a survivor, but I like playing a survivor, you can use the cameras like in Five Nights at Freddy's to look at Springtrap. If you can find them and if you can track him down with the cameras, it exposes him so everyone else on the map, all the other survivors, can see exactly where he is. So I love doing that. I just like making Springtrap upset at me by doing that constantly. So I've been having a lot of fun with that. And beyond that, every now and then I'll dabble with some of DK Bonanza's post game, just so I can make sure I've seen as much of that game as I need to before I eventually make more videos about it, which I haven't had a chance to yet. But that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Now I've also been playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. And Andres just told me he gave it a 3 out of 10. No, he didn't. He didn't. He didn't. No.
Wow.
But he didn't. But we did agree on something. Is that I'll go first. I have finished it. And so you all know, most of you on my channel already know, and we're going to go through the comments in the chat in a second, my friends, but I can see everyone here, so thank you so much, peeps. I'm just briefly going to say, as Donkey Kong being my favorite franchise, I've been kind of disappointed by Bonanza, I'll be honest. Someone asked me what my score would be, and I'm not going to say my score just yet because I'm going to do a review soon, but it's not like super high, and I've been kind of disappointed, and the more I talk about it, the more the negatives come to the surface. And just to throw a few pointers of why I feel this way is, man, like the gameplay, I'm not finding just overall. I like the core gameplay of the smashing things and the discovering. I like that. It's addictive. It feels good to smash for everything. But beyond that, I don't know if I find the gameplay that varied. I don't know if I find a lot of the new additions better than what already existed. Like even with you know, turning into the animals, I would have just preferred to use the animals, Rambi and whatever from the old games. The worlds themselves, I gotta be honest, like the character models look beautiful. I think beautiful. But some of the worlds look, I don't know. I don't want to say the word ugly, but man, like some of the worlds make me think. I don't know about this.
Then I think the worlds are ugly. I think they're kind of bland. Like I felt like every layer just kind of felt the same to me.
Yes.
So I think we're both gonna get canceled on this podcast now. Because yeah, I feel like everyone is out there like, you know, glazing the game, and I just don't see it. Like, are we being gaslit? Like and I say this as a huge Donkey Kong fan, a huge fan of Tokyo EAD or whatever they are now, EPD 4 or whatever. Yeah. Love that team. I even love their first Donkey Kong game in Jungle Beat. Yeah. So, but I don't think it's a great Donkey Kong game. I don't think it's a great, you know, platformer. No. And I don't think it's a great Tokyo game. And so it's disappointment on almost every front. And don't get me wrong, like I don't want to spoil anything, but I love the ending sequence. I thought it was great. Yeah. I just wish I didn't have to play the rest of the game to get to that point.
Yeah, you know? Apart from that, it's perfect.
Aside from all that, amazing. So.
No, but I feel the same. I feel the same. And like the biggest thing the overlasting thought I have about that game continuously is that it just does not feel like a Donkey Kong game. And people are like, what do you mean, the side scrollers? Of course not. No, even Donkey Kong 64, it just doesn't feel like a Donkey Kong game to me.
The interesting thing is the developers, I think they were saying in their interview or the roundtable they had with, you know, the official things they put out, the interviewing the developers or whatever, they were saying that, you know, when they think of or look at DK, they think of him, you know, being this really strong guy, which I get. Yeah. But then they took that to like the logical extreme where he, you know, is basically a demigod and can just like reshape the world as he sees fit, right? Yeah. And I'm like, maybe you guys went a little too far on that front, you know? So
and then it's like almost void because then you turn into the, you know, the other Kong, you know, the bigger Kong. So it's like, what? Like, so yeah, I don't know. But you've seen Steffi Luton, my wife in the chat, just said, we've also been playing the best game on the Switch 2, which is Split Fiction. That game is a 10 to me. It's, I didn't know if it would be better than, what's it called? It Takes Two.
Right.
I think it might be. I think it might. We haven't finished it yet, only because every time we play it, we're like getting closer to divorce. But like, but it's an amazing game.
That's the true meaning of Split in the name.
That's what it is. It's like
Split reality. Yeah.
literally what it is. But friends, we got some very, very interesting topics for you today. Really, like, oh god, like, you know, what do you call them? Divisive topics almost. So, firstly, we're going to talk about the state of the industry. The notion now that seemingly Sony is following Microsoft, at least tentatively, in the footsteps of releasing more and more games on other platforms. We've seen, due to a job listing, I've checked that job listing is not up there anymore, but they mentioned by name PC, Xbox, and Nintendo. So I joked a while ago about getting Last of Us on the Switch 2. I'm going to see it happening in the next 5 years. But and you know, the thumbnail is, you know, is a bit of a poke, right? Does that mean that Nintendo has won the console war? But by that I mean, and I'm going to come to our guest, by that I mean, has everything changed forever? Is Nintendo the last one standing? Are they going to be the only ones in the foreseeable future releasing hardware? Is Microsoft and Sony eventually just going to stop making hardware and make their things digital and just effectively release software? And if that happens, what does that mean for Nintendo going forward? People are going to be happy with just having, I suppose the company having all that power. And does indeed Nintendo have more power now that they're the only ones seemingly with exclusives? So Bidia 507, I'll start with you while I look for this article that I've seen. What do you think about this? Obviously we know about Microsoft but now Sony. So, and why do you think this has happened? Because I want to ask Andre about specifically why. Because we know Microsoft has been struggling selling hardware, but Sony's not in that boat. So why are they following? But Bidia, what do you think about this whole business with now Sony following Microsoft?
What's the name of that game? Concord? You remember that game?
Concord, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big hit for Sony. How much that game cost?
Yeah,
I hear 300 million, 400, something like that. I hear.
Yes, it was a very. I don't know what the budget was, but it was a big budget. Yeah.
So right now, I think that right now Sony is struggling, and so they need to recover some money. I don't know how. So they right now they are doing the same thing that Xbox is doing. So show everything on other console. They start with PC, now they're going with Xbox and Nintendo. But going back a little bit, I remember the same thing and when Xbox started doing it, because that was in like Wii U era. I don't know if you all remember that everybody, I will say it one more time. Everybody was saying Nintendo third party.
Yep.
Nintendo third party. So right now, who's looking more like a third party? It's not Nintendo, it's PlayStation and Xbox. Yeah. So I really don't know what's going on, but right now Nintendo is in a great position. So, and I'm saying that because I'm trying to be truthful with my words, because I really don't like seeing Xbox showing their games on PlayStation and PC. I don't like to see PlayStation showing their games on Xbox and PC. I'm saying that because I don't want to see Nintendo doing that. Yeah, I don't want to see Splatoon on PC. I don't want to see Mario on Xbox. What? I don't want to see Metroid on PlayStation.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what's going on, bro. So, but things right now are being ugly.
Yeah, and Andre, because to that point, I want to ask Andre. To that point is, what do you think? But also, and what do you think that this means for the let's say the future beyond the PS6, right? But also regarding Nintendo, because it's easy to think, well, Nintendo's just going to have it cushy now. But is Sony seeing something in that model that Nintendo down the line is going to think, you know what, maybe these guys have got it right. Maybe this is what we need to do too. So in other words, what is Sony seeing as a company that's definitely not struggling seemingly as Microsoft is, to the point that they're following though?
Yeah, it's hard to say because it's, Nintendo, I think I don't think there's in any time in the near future they'll put their games on any of their platforms. Like, I don't think that's going to happen as long as they can. So I think what's happening right now though is Nintendo's kind of they have this beneficial trait about them where they almost live in the past. Like they're almost like 5 to 10 years behind on the technology front, which means that they're making games, problems that other companies have encountered, they're encountering later. Like when Nintendo finally entered the HD generation with the Wii U, like they had to play catch up at that point, which the other companies had already done, years earlier.
Yeah.
But that's also kind of worked to their benefit now, where they're able to make these, essentially AAA games, but at a much lower budget because they're not targeting the same like photorealism that the other companies can, partially by virtue of the fact that they can't. Their hardware just isn't capable of it. As strong as the Switch 2 is, like it's still notably less powerful than the PS5 or the Series X. And, of course, especially once those competitors come out with their own systems again, the Switch 2 is going to find itself behind the curve, just like the Switch 1 did. But the thing is, it didn't matter for them. So the problem, I think, for Sony is that their games, for as well as they still sell, I think that in many cases, they're not selling enough to justify the amount of time and money they have to sink into these. And that they need to recover those costs in ways beyond even what their hardware can reach. And I think we've already seen them take this step, as you guys have pointed out, with they've been putting games on PC now for years at this point. So really, it's not even that big of a step putting on other systems. And I don't know if that's going to encompass all of them. I think you mentioned that they are looking at every other platform, possibly. I think from my perspective, it makes the most sense for them to put it on Nintendo platforms, because Nintendo isn't really, they're like as far away from a direct competitor as you can possibly have within the console space.
Yeah.
Whereas Xbox is more of a direct competitor. But then again, Sony's kind of stomping Xbox right now, so maybe even to them, it's not that big of a deal. I don't fully know, but I think it makes a lot of sense to get Astrobot on a platform where families actually play it. I was looking at Astrobot sales right now. That fantastic game is only at 2.3 million sales, which
crazy.
Isn't bad. It's not bad, but that game's been out for a year. And you look at Mario Odyssey, that in its first year on new hardware at the time, basically, it sold 10 million in its first year. So I'm guessing Sony's like, we can do better.
Yeah.
So if we put Astrobot and other games like that on platforms where it makes sense, why not?
But you're talking about the second one, right?
Sorry, the new one. Yeah, the new one that just came out.
So the new one sells 2 million, but at the same time, Mario Wonder sells 15?
10 million in the first year, and probably well beyond that at this point. So I think that just makes sense. Yeah, exactly. And it could be that with, I think that's a big feature of it. Like, at the end of the day, these companies are about making money. They're going to do what makes them the most money. And I think we are reaching a point, as you were alluding to, that we are, like, exclusive hardware is becoming less essential, at least for most of these companies. And I think Nintendo's kind of the last man standing in this sense. So 10 years from now, when their games start becoming even more expensive to make, we could possibly be seeing a different avenue from Nintendo as well. But at the same time, with Sony and Microsoft putting their games on other platforms, that kind of makes Nintendo even, like, they're kind of the last man standing again in that exclusivity sense. And, like, that almost strengthens their position, right? So, meaning Nintendo may kind of, like, sidestep this whole issue by virtue of being the only one left in the, again, in being the only one making games exclusively on their own hardware. So, but we'll see, though. You never know what's going to happen. 10 years ago, Nintendo was failing, and now they're succeeding. So you never know what can happen that time.
This is the thing. It's crazy. And I was thinking, like, it's almost like Bidia was saying, right? You don't want to see Microsoft putting their games everywhere and Sony as well, because we joke, right? The console war, whatever, and it's fun to, like, dabble in and whatever, which one's better and which one's got more gimmicks and all this kind of stuff. And a lot of us grew up during the Sonic versus Mario era, and some of us still traumatized by that. But at the same time, there was a period where, like, it wasn't great that Nintendo had all the power, right? When back in the day, at the end of the NES era, when they were controlling who can put games on there, and they made things. Well, they really, to be honest, they peed off like the majority of developers with, like, how they ruled with, like, an iron fist. And so I don't think it will happen, but it probably wouldn't be the best thing to Nintendo to have all the power to itself. But and then also, what does that mean for? Because I was thinking, though, if we're in the future, let's say in 10 years, where there is no Microsoft hardware and there is no Sony hardware, there's just PC and Nintendo hardware, and so then all these companies are basically not choosing, but working on games to put only on those two, then what does that say about, because a Nintendo hardware is never going to touch a PC. So does that then influence what kind of games that they're working on, depending on what they're going to put, software on in the future? And that's why it gets me nervous. That I saw an interview today in the podcast of Kit and Krista's podcast today, and they were talking about how Nintendo's aware of these things. Nintendo is aware of the buying habits of young people, especially, and there is this notion, that young, like, kids like Nintendo, and I think they were talking about Iwata back in the day, was showing them information, and it was showing them, like, the data on the ages of players who were buying Pokemon, for example. And you would think it was people who were, 10, 11, 12, and it was people in their 30s, during the Wii U era. And so it's to say that the average player of Nintendo player is always around mid-30s, something like that. And he was really nervous that with mobile games and tablets and this kind of stuff, that they would find increasingly harder to get the new generation to adopt Nintendo. And that's probably why you're seeing things like My Mario and stuff like that, where they're already now starting to, like, target the 3-year-olds for the future.
Yeah, no, exactly, and it's also, on the other hand, like, a little creepy too. Like, creepy. Like, if you really think about it, like, every company's doing it, but, like, they're trying to indoctrinate the next generation, right? Yeah, exactly. And to your point too, in order to do that, they kind of do need kind of step outside their usual like bubble, which we've been seeing them do more and more. You know, again, with the Wii U being a complete bomb, it really changed how Nintendo thought about how they handle, like how they market and how they, you know, what kind of products they make. That's why we have the Mario movie now. That's why we have theme parks. Because you brought Pokemon. The interesting thing about that is I think they call them touch points, like where how consumers are first exposed to a brand or IP.
Yeah.
And in Pokemon's case, it's not the games. That's not where most people's first experience with Pokemon is. It's the anime and it's the card game.
Yeah.
So to your point, that's why we're seeing My Mario now, because Nintendo's realizing we can reach people sooner before they play the games, and then hopefully get them into the gaming, you know, market as well.
Yeah.
And they're doing it now in all kinds of ways, and that's probably going to continue, I imagine.
Yeah.
That's why like we're seeing like a variety of apps out there now, like whether it's Nintendo Music or Nintendo Today, even if they're not all successes. Like they're just trying so many different ways of like getting people into the ecosystem and keeping them there.
Yeah, and it's funny because man, I wish he was in the chat, but he's not, because I spoke to Nash Widow a while ago, and I asked him jokingly, what would we see first? The funny thing was, this was before any of this news came out, but just as a throwaway question, I said to him, what do you think we'll see first? The Last of Us or on a Switch 2, or Mario Kart on PC? And he laughed, but then he answered, and it was quite funny because he answered, Splatoon on PC. And obviously now we're hearing about Sony putting games on other platforms, so we could get Last of Us. But he has some really interesting patterns. I need to dig them out for a video. But he had these patterns where they hinted heavily at Nintendo putting things on PC. And I think the pattern even showed it was something to do with like taking your account and being able to effortlessly sign into a PC and kind of just bring you information over. And there was something in there that would be, I can't remember what it was, but it kind of almost did allude to the fact that you could one day easily just take your Splatoon and put it on PC. And that, and you know, especially now we've got like mouse control on the Joy-Cons and stuff like that now. You're like, whoa, God, that, you know, it's not a million miles away of the possibility that we could see Nintendo think, well, you know what? We're not in competition with them, you know. We'll put a Splatoon on PC, you know, and maybe that blows up there. So I don't know. What do you think, Bidia? You think we can see how far away before we see Nintendo games on PC?
I really don't know.
I'm nervous.
I don't want to see any Nintendo game on PC. If they do it, okay, they do it because they need to do it if they want to survive. But right now, I can see. Right now, Nintendo is like a prime position. Right now,
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't think they need to do that. Like Andre and you say, PlayStation need to do it because they need to recover that lost money. No, Xbox too. But right now, okay, what's Xbox right now? Xbox is Game Pass. If Game Pass struggle, and Xbox will disappear. What's PlayStation right now? I really don't know what's PlayStation right now because they are not doing any single player game right now. I don't see nothing right now. So and maybe Fortnite, and FIFA.
Well,
those types of free-to-play games. That's Sony right now.
Yeah.
And Nintendo, first party, and now little by little we are getting, Dust Blood. We are going. I don't know if we have some sort of release date for Elden Ring, but little by little we will start getting, third-party games. But Nintendo is, first party.
Yeah. Well, like, as I understand it, so Microsoft, we just know, is just losing a lot of money in a lot of areas. But with Sony, from what I understand, it's like, so Nintendo is making more profit, as I understand it, but Sony is making more revenue. That's what I understand. So Sony's making more money from its ventures, but less profit. That's what I understand. And then to your point, Biddy, I know they did like a top 10 list of highest selling or biggest earners on PlayStation, and I think 6 or 7 on that list were what do you call it? Live service games, and basically non-Sony endeavors. And so that's where they seem to be getting a lot of their money. And I think that's probably what they're seeing, is that we're struggling. But their consoles still sell. Like even PS5 is predicted to sell over 100 million, which to me is crazy, because I don't understand the appeal of that machine. And I had a PS4 and I liked the PS4 a lot. And I bought the PS5 initially, but I was just like, I don't understand the appeal of this machine.
Well, the crazy thing is, for as successful as the PS5 still is, and all the PlayStations, of course, but like you look at their top selling games, the first party ones, and by and large, they're not reaching the numbers Nintendo's have,
Yeah.
right? And they gotta be
Not
like,
even
if I were
close.
Sony, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, no, not even close. So,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, exactly right. No, it's not. And I feel like they must be looking at Nintendo. They're seeing these games that are clearly not costing them anywhere near what it cost Sony to make, selling 5-10 times the amount. And they got to be thinking, what are we doing wrong?
Yeah.
Or or we can capitalize on that system and hopefully get sales closer to that too, right?
Yeah.
And I think
What's the biggest selling game on PlayStation right now?
Oh, that's I'm actually not sure. That's a good one.
I think it's Spider-Man.
I
I
don't
think you're
know.
right. I think it's Spider-Man.
Right,
yeah.
because
Okay,
I was,
but like how much? 12, 15 million?
see, I'd like to know that, actually, because I was explaining this. So my wife Stephanie was asking me what I thought about Animal Crossing, and I forgot she'd never played it. I said, "Oh man, you'd love it because she loves The Sims." And I said, "No, man, the Animal Crossing is amazing. It's massive." And so I was saying to her, I was saying to her, man, look, think how big like Last of Us is. And in my head, I thought Last of Us, I mean, on a given PlayStation console, because obviously it's come out on a million other platforms now. But I said, I don't know, 10, 15 million. Animal Crossing sold like 30, 40 million, insane. And like you said, if we're talking about budgets, like you can't compare a budget of Animal Crossing with a budget of Last of Us 2, And
no, you can't.
So go on, Billy,
so I think that Spider-Man sold more than 12 million. So from those 12, how many was in discount? No?
Yeah,
right?
that's the other thing.
How many was in
There's that point
discount?
too.
If I compare that to Animal Crossing the first year, I think they reached more than 30 million. All is $60. 60 full price. Right now they are sitting in 40 something million. I think so. Animal Crossing, so it's not the same. It's
But
not
you
the
know
same.
what? But this is because Nintendo's greedy, man. They hate sales. They're
I
so
know, they are
greedy.
genius. They need to survive. They need to survive. They do it well.
The
That's
top
business.
selling Switch game, of course, is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That sold 70 million. It cost them literally $20 to make. It was already
How
that
much?
existed.
Sorry, how much?
Sorry, I was joking about the price. But it cost they sold almost 70
How
million
much?
copies of Mario Kart.
70?
70 million. is
70.
How much they've sold.
Bloody hell.
Okay, wait. You say almost. So you're not counting the Wii U selling, right?
I'm not counting the Wii U. Right? You add the Wii U
You do
to
it right now.
or
Because
something,
Sony
right.
do it. Wait. Oh, wait. Yeah, because Sony do it, yo. Hey, let's say The Last of Us. How many times they port that game?
Yeah.
How many times?
Oh, yeah,
So
right.
you can't count that
That's
because I remember that on the Wii U it's
But-
like 8 million, I think so.
But that's the point, Bidia. Right now, so here's my point, right? It's like right now, 70 million for Mario Kart. Now imagine in 10 years, Mario Kart on PC as well, if there's still a PlayStation as well. That's like, we're talking GTA 5 numbers if you put it if it was on other systems, But and it's not that crazy. Obviously they've dabbled with putting things on tablet before, on mobile gaming. Back in the day with the CDIs, the older games. Even the Nvidia Shield got given Mario Galaxy? They put on Nvidia Shield way back
In China, right?
in China. Yeah. I think it was like Twilight Princess and Mario Galaxy, but I might be making that up. It was definitely a Mario game. For
Yeah,
sure.
no, I think you're right. Yep.
Yeah, so even they got Twilight Princess before us.
You're right. And is it Marart? They bring up an interesting point too, in that Spider-Man isn't even like Sony's proper IP. Like that's still involving a licensed property that they don't own fully themselves.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Their best-selling game isn't even their own property inherently.
Yeah.
That's
and
crazy.
which again, whereas Nintendo's is. So I think there are two other points I want to bring up real quick about this. I don't know how long I'm going to go on for, but I think it is a really interesting conversation though. Is that one, I think putting on Nintendo hardware makes, again, a lot of sense in many cases because, like, especially for Astrobot, because they can target a whole new audience that may not be there on PS5, like younger and families. But also, too, it can coexist with Sony because obviously Astrobot, I'm sure it'll look good, or whatever the game is. It'll look good on Switch too. It's not going to look as good as the PS5 version. And then that almost might be like a selling point too. Like, hey, if you want the really good looking version, go pick up a PS5.
Yeah.
If you just don't care and you want any version, get it on Switch too, the platform you already have. So it may not even compromise Sony's, core PlayStation business that much. It may only complement it, especially if they keep having, having it as timed exclusives on PS5 as well, which is what they're basically doing in the PC market currently too. Like it comes to PS5 first, then it comes to PC sometime later.
Yeah.
And then the the other point I was going to make, I actually don't remember. I forget, but it's kind of the overall.
I was going to ask you, so before I forget, I just saw, I was going to read all the comments. I just saw super chat come in. God bless you, Arlight. You didn't have to do that. Do I have claps? Oh, we do have claps. Claps to you, my friend. You are very kind. You did not need to super chat, but thank you so much indeed. Let me read it quickly. It says, there you go. Nintendo doesn't make games with huge budgets and they make profitable hardware, unlike PlayStation and Microsoft. There's no reason for Nintendo to put their exclusives elsewhere. That is another, that is one of the main points, right? Is that Sony and Microsoft usually release hardware at a loss. Where I believe the only time Nintendo ever sold hardware at a loss, unfortunately for them, was the Wii U. I remember reading that at the time. But generally, even the Switch had a slight profit when they were selling it. It wasn't a lot. I think I might be making this up, but I remember at the time reading that they were making somewhere around like the $30 to $40 profit on each one, something like that. I remember reading. So I don't know if it's exactly accurate. But I agree. That's the Nintendo's are light. As he says that, as he's alluding to, Nintendo's always very frugal with what, with their hardware, with not spending money they don't need to. I think they got an amazing deal with NVIDIA. I think NVIDIA really squeezed out as much as they could out of the chips in the Switch 2 and Switch, and got as much performance as they could. They obviously got an amazing deal there. NVIDIA's obviously made a stupid amount of money from the Switch and now from the Switch 2. But I was going to say something to that point, and now I can't remember what it was either, Andre. And it was a good point.
I think I remember my point, so maybe I'll
good.
come back to you. So, because going off there, what they said about the exclusives, the thing is too, Nintendo has so many exclusives, like more than any other company, especially in this era, where it's taking Sony and Microsoft longer and longer to make these. Well, I guess, to be fair, Microsoft has a lot of IP too, but we don't see it that often. So Nintendo, like every month on Switch 2, there's some new IP, or an exclusive IP rather, that we're getting, and Nintendo's been so good about that consistency that whereas with Sony and Microsoft, they don't have the exclusives to back it up anymore. Especially, even more so putting on other platforms. But even ignoring that, they don't have that rate. Whereas with Nintendo, they do. And so for them, like, it benefits them to keep it all on their own hardware. Like, that the only place you can get Nintendo games is on Nintendo hardware. And I don't think Nintendo wants to weaken that by putting their own games on others. Whereas for the others, they don't have the amount of IP and exclusives to maintain that anymore. And so for them, it may make sense to just, again, put it out on other platforms to just maximize the revenue per game rather than try to focus on the entire ecosystem.
Oh god, so
you imagine you imagine on the Switch 2, hopefully. I mean, I really don't like that game. I don't know why. I prefer same robot. I don't know, and same what's the game? GTA 6 maybe.
GTA 6.
I don't know. I don't know what you think about that, Andre.
Well, let me just say, Andre. Let me add to that, because BD has asked exactly what I was going to ask. Because with this, if it's true that the Microsoft software, and this is exactly what BD was saying, Microsoft software becomes less and less and less to the point where maybe they just make software, and we've already seen something we couldn't have imagined this like years ago, and that is to say that oh my god, what they call it, Moon Studios, the guys behind Ori. They've just come out and when they were talking about their new game, they've just said that they are thinking of skipping the Xbox and they're going to put it on the Switch 2, right? Which is like, to imagine a time where a developer at the beginning of a Nintendo console would say, you know what, we're going to skip an Xbox console and put the game on a Nintendo hardware we haven't seen since the Super Nintendo. That already to me is a massive sign. And if in the future...
Wait. That's not so crazy, because Pokemon, remember that they announced some sort of Souls game that is not coming to the Switch 2. You remember that?
From Game Freak.
So it's the same. It's not the same.
No, but this is, I think this is a big statement.
You're talking about Pokemon. Talking about Pokemon.
Pokemon as well. But
it's not a Pokemon game, though.
No, I know. But the fact that a developer already right now is deciding to skip potentially skip Microsoft console for a Nintendo console is very interesting. And to that point, like I was saying about GTA 6, keeping that in mind, and obviously declining sales, which effectively is almost moving a competitor off the table, leaving really just Nintendo and Sony fighting it out. And if the Sony hardware isn't picking up as much traction as past Sony hardware, is that going to force developers' hands and put games like Bidia says, like GTA 6, where maybe they wouldn't have gone through the trouble of doing it. Maybe they're thinking, you know what, we kind of have to now because this game cost a hell of a lot of money. We should put it on Switch too. So what do you think, Andre? Loaded question.
It is a loaded question. Well, if we're talking GTA 6 specifically, I mean, first off, that's going to be our new #1 selling game on PS5. It's going to blow away Spider-Man and everything else, right? And I actually think that's one of the very few games that it doesn't matter where they put it, people will buy the system for it. Like legit, if they put it only on Xbox, people will go out and buy an Xbox to play GTA 6.
Absolutely.
Right? And so I don't know if it really matters too much to put it on Switch 2 or not. I mean, obviously it would increase sales to some degree. Whether it's worth compromising the game to whatever it would have to be to run on Switch 2 is worth it. And two, if it's worth, even assuming they don't mind that, if it's even worth the developmental effort. Because again, I mean, it might be. I don't know, and I don't fully know. But I think if you're interested in GTA, you're gonna find a way to play it, whether or not you have the platform for it currently. And it's also coming to PC as well, right? And I think their target market, you know, coincides with those three platforms much more so than Nintendo in general. I mean, almost to the point where I think it might be a waste of time to put. I mean, especially with Switch 2's demographic for as strong selling as the platform is already, it's still a small demographic compared to all the systems, including Switch. And with GTA coming out next year, right? I don't know if it's worth it at this point. I think if it ever comes to the platform, it wouldn't be for years. And even then, I don't know if it ever truly would. So yeah, GTA 6 is the kind of exception. They can literally play it anywhere and it'll sell, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I don't know what it is. I started off thinking GTA 6 is going to come to Switch 2. I was quite bullish. And then I've gone through a period where I was like, I don't know. And then in the last week again, I'm like, oh, I don't know. I think it might. But I agree that... sorry, go on.
Like from even my own perspective, I'm a huge Nintendo fan, obviously. If it comes out to multiple systems, I'm not buying the Switch 2 one. I'm getting it on the best looking console I have, or PC. I don't want to play it on Switch 2, but I know that what we've seen in that trailer, it's not going to look like that on Switch 2.
No,
right?
of course not. No, I'm like this, Andre. I'm like eyes right to the camera to see what that Xbox Series S version looks like to see what we could get.
Right? Is it possible?
Is it? Yeah.
I just searched and GTA 6 is not coming day one on PC.
No,
it's not day one on PC. Okay, interesting.
No, to be honest, if it did, I'm still thinking it might come to Switch 2. I'm more like 60-40 now, but I do think if it does come to Switch 2, it won't be not in the first 1 or 2 years for sure. I don't think. I think it will be some years after. At that point, it's like I've got this horrible feeling about the upcoming Direct in September and wondering, oh man, please don't give us GTA 5 now, because like the memes.
Yo, that would be stupid.
That would be really good. That'd be hilarious.
Could you imagine? Because I'd probably buy it, but the memes.
Yeah. Well, to that point too, I was actually even thinking more about this. Like, obviously, I don't think anyone's expecting it to be day and date. If it does come to Switch 2, it won't be day and date anyway with the other platforms.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think too, they would have wanted it to be anyway, just because the visual comparison, I think, would not be like I don't think they want anyone seeing GTA 6. However, it would look on Switch 2 within the first year, right? They don't want anyone's impression of the game to be like that.
They'd be like, "Oh man, how cute! They've released a N64 mode for the Switch 2."
Wow.
Exactly right. So
wait, so I think we'll go on to the next topic, which is all about Metroid in the future. Before we do, let me just read over some comments. Let's have a look. See here. So. Hold on, let's see which else. Someone just says I'm melting. It's like 100 degrees in my room. We're all sweating.
I live in Texas, so I know.
Templar says hello, people. Hello, Mr. Templar. How's it going, my friend? 86 is here, by the way. Welcome, 86 in Ruby and Marat, who says Switch 2 has DLSS 3.0. I thought it was 3.1. There's a lot of information from a developer saying that the Switch supposedly has got a DLSS 3.1, which is like a custom Switch 2 DLSS, supposedly that I think they said can have frame regeneration or couldn't. I think it can. I mean, that's the rumor, right? That it can. There's a lot. It's funny. I've seen a lot of things about the DLSS this past week, and it reminded me of a conversation I had with Dash Weedle a couple of months ago now, and he was talking back then, like very bullish about the fact that there will be an update for DLSS on the Switch 2. I think he said towards the end of this year, and then we'd start seeing it used in games next year. And it's funny because now I'm seeing all this information coming out about the Switch 2 having DLSS 3.1, and there's going to be room updates. And now I'm thinking what he was talking about. And I think because he's even said he's held off buying Cyberpunk because he's waiting to get it once the update is been implemented. So he's like, in his mind, he's like, 100% sure that we're going to get an update on the DLSS, and then the Switch 2 games are expected to look and run even a bit better than they are now. So like, super, we're cooking, people, we're cooking. Crafty says Xbox could have grown exclusives. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to read this because you reminded me of something, Cookie, and I had the story here because Microsoft are rats sometimes. Apologies. But let me say. So he says, Xbox could have grown exclusives with Rare or Activision, but didn't do anything with them. They let Spyro, Crash, and Banjo, etc. get forgotten. And to that point, I just read a story today that said that apparently, I wish I could find it, Microsoft had the chance to make I think it was a Banjo-Kazooie animation. And at the time, they decided, no, we can't really do anything with this franchise. And they just they just forgot about it. Let me just see, because I might be able to, I think I might have it up here kind of ready, you know? Damn it, no, I don't. I had it saved, and I've got rid of it, which is a shame. But it's basically what it said. I've just read that a few hours ago, and supposedly, yeah, they had the chance to create a animation. And it's like, I don't understand. And we'll get into the next topic, but I'll just quickly say, I don't understand that they spent, back in the day, 2002, I think it was, $350 million to buy Rare, which I don't know how much money that would make today, only to put them making sports games and nothing.
Avatars.
Yeah, and it's like, what? To the point where they drove core members of that team to disperse and make their own development companies and such. And I do think Microsoft has really fumbled what they could have had with Rare, and it is clear
TV.
Sorry,
1 sec, 1 minute for Prefer Dark.
A minute of silence.
1 minute.
God, I know that. That was so crushing to hear that game that they've been building up for years, just gone, like a fart in the wind, you know?
Like a fart in the wind, not even. Oh man! Before I carry on, Sketches, thank you so much. Sketches is donated $5 super chat, a £5 super chat. Thank you so much, Sketches. Always a pleasure to see you here, my good friend. And I love the little animation, the little fox animation. Makes me feel bad because it looks kind of like the tails that I've got in the thumbnail when he's kind of dead on the battlefield. I feel a bit sad now. Bad times. But yeah, no, it is curious. Rare, yeah, it's a shame. I've said for a while that I kind of wish Nintendo, a lot of the core members are Playtonic now, and Playtonic have gone through a really bad time now, and they've had a lot of redundancies. But after playing, I don't know if you guys have played Yooka-Laylee and The Impossible Lair. When I played that, I thought, man, these guys could really, I mean, obviously a lot of them made the original Donkey Kong Country games, but they could really make a new 2D Donkey Kong Country game. I would love Nintendo to acquire them if they could,
Impossible Lair was so good. Yeah, absolutely. It's like, oh, these guys, yeah, they could absolutely make a Donkey Kong game. I mean, I kind of wish I had been Bonanza.
Yeah. Oh man, they'll come for us.
I know. I'm ready.
That knife. Oh yeah, that knife.
I'm telling you, but Andre is right, and I'll keep saying it as well. Like I'm telling you, yeah, it didn't get me. For anyone who's just coming to the chat now, we were talking in the beginning. Andre and I agreed that Donkey Kong Bonanza isn't the best game. Like, you know what? I'm gonna give my score. I wasn't gonna give it before, but now it's all out there. Someone asked me at work, and they said, "What would you give it, Mike?" And I said, "Oh, do you know what? Is that officially, I feel like I should give it an 8, which is already a lot lower than what people think it should be." But I said, if I'm really honest, and this hurts me, as I said, my favorite game of all time is Donkey Kong Country. It's my favorite franchise. Inside, I keep getting the number 7.8 in my head. Like, that's what I would score it. I'll be honest, and it hurts to say. It's not a bad score, but for a Donkey Kong game, anyways.
That's almost the Jeff Gerstmann score for Twilight Princess. I think you get that 7.9. You got destroyed over that back in the day.
It's like, what's his name? Matey in IGN when he scored, I'll never forget this, Alien Isolation 5.9. I was like, no. I forgot his name now. It's one of the Xbox guys on IGN. But he also gave, and even worse than that, he gave Zombie U like a 6 or something. Shame on him. I can't remember his name. Yeah, I can't remember his name now. But anyway, before we go on to the next topic, because we've got half hour with Andre, so I don't want to kill his time, you know. So let me read few comments, and then we'll talk about Metroid, because Metroid makes me nervous. So Lex says, I just find it funny how legacy media protects Sony 24/7. Even Jeff Hall, we're getting into a dicey territory here. Even Jeff promoting PlayStation only for Nintendo to continue break records without backing of legacy media. There is something to be said with the amount of negativity surrounding the Switch 2 that has made me very surprised at how much the Switch 2 keeps selling. So like we're talking about like, and some of them are definitely legitimate, of course. You know, we're talking about the price of the console, maybe the price of Mario Kart, very legitimate, of course. But then stuff like the screen. Like Digital Foundry going on about the screen, that, you know, like, because I've seen plenty of videos. I was going to do a video on it, and I checked back months ago. And when they went hands-on, they were like, oh, this screen's amazing. It's really beautiful. It's not quite the OLED, but it's a very nice screen, super nice, da-da-da-da. And as soon as it comes out, they're like, oh, if you play this in a dark room at 11% speed, you can't play it. I was just like, hold on, mate.
You slow down the very fabric of time itself. And, yeah.
Wow. That's lame, bro. That's lame.
If you play 11 speed and you play it through your phone, like, come on, guys, you can't do that. That's ridiculous. But anyway, so that, yeah, he's right. I have seen a crazy amount, and this whole culture now of a lot of YouTubers jumping on it because they know negativity gets hits, and so those videos are flying all over the place. It's a really weird time. Right, some rando in the chat says Sea of Thieves has made more money than anything they had done previously, so it did work out for them. That is true. It did work out for Ray in the end with Sea of Thieves, and it looks like we're gonna get that on Switch too. Yeah. Crafty says, oh damn, if you play it in the heat and it busts, it'll be a great excuse to get Switch 2. Lex says facts, people agreeing with Lex. 80p sent Banjo-Kazooie in the notifications. Yeah, that's what it was, a Banjo-Kazooie cartoon. That's what it was going to be. Here we go. Arlight says, Donkey Kong Bonanza for me, it was an amazing 9.5/10. Yeah, I mean, I'm like, for sure, me and Andre are in the minority. Because, yeah, most people think it's Game of the Year. So, like, and look, I'd rather be in the minority and more people enjoy the game. I can go back and play, 64, Donkey Kong Country, 1, 2, whatever. So I'm happy that everyone's loving it so much. Like, for me, it's not hitting as much, but, nonetheless. And then we've got 20 months member, York, who's in the house. Wow. He's a member of ATV's Rat for All, Rat 1 for All. All my special rats, friends, all my special rats. Right, now we've caught up a little bit. Let's talk. I'm nervous about this. I wanted to talk about Metroid Prime, Metroid Prime 4, but Metroid as a series in a whole. I had some clips I was going to show, but I don't think we've got time because there's some information that I don't know if a lot of people know about. Like, I've made a video about it, but it doesn't seem that either it was so long ago that people have forgotten. But I'll talk into it. So we know we're getting Metroid Prime 4. This is a game that's been in development. We're talking like 8 years, something
40
stupid,
years.
Right? Like a stupid amount. I can't even imagine what the budget is at the moment. Everyone
GTA levels.
Yeah, GTA, yeah, exactly. And so that game's day one on PC as well.
Yeah, that'll be the first Nintendo game that goes to PC.
That's what it is. You get a free mouse and a free PC upgrade. And so, so everyone's very, I say everyone. The reason why I say everyone in quotations is really excited for that game is because in the past, in its entire history, no matter how much hype there are behind these games, how critically acclaimed, and they're all super critically acclaimed games, the Prime games, Dread, these games never sell between more than 2 to 3 million. We don't know why. I think the highest selling one is Dread, randomly. I think I just found that out, which is sitting, if I'm right, it's sitting on around the 3 million mark, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Right, and these are not like 8, 9 out of 10s. These are games that are like 95, 96 on Metacritic, especially in regards to Prime 1, 2, and 3. Dread was super critically acclaimed. Now, we're talking about like, think about this for a second, right? Prime 1 and 2 sold whatever they sold, between 2 and 3 million. The GameCube had only sold like 21 million units at the time.
Yep.
In comparison, the Wii has sold 101 million systems, and yet Prime 3, again, sold 2-3 million, whatever it was, right? I don't even know if it was 2 million. It was like 1.9. I might be wrong.
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah, but regardless, didn't, go past that. So, and as I said, this game now is massively in production. We don't know. The rumors are it's going to be this year. Some people think it's going to be delayed. I think it's going to hit November. But and to that point, I was saying to Biddy before we started that Nintendo has put a big budget on this game, and what some people might not be aware of, if it's true, is Nash Rido said a while ago in our podcast that at some point, this is what he said. This hasn't been confirmed by any means, right? This is what Nash Rido was saying. At some point in the development of Prime 4, they began work on Prime 5 as well. And so he says that they've been working in parallel, not since the beginning, but at some point. So at some point, they've been working in parallel, working on 4 and 5, meaning the budget now could be... And so what happens if this game, if Prime 4 comes out and again doesn't sell more than 2 million? And now they've got that to worry about, and they've already got the investment for Prime 5, potentially, if that's true. And Nash Rido also says that Mercury Steam is working on another Metroid game as well. In fact, he said that they're working on improving Dread, which I don't know if I took that to mean that a free update or Switch 2 edition. I'm not quite sure. But he said that they're definitely working on another Metroid game. If that only sells 2 to 3 million, and I'll ask Andre first, what do you think that means for the franchise? And by that, I mean, could you see a future where Metroid Prime almost gets relegated down the pecking order of importance for Nintendo? And could they be relegated further to either just 2D games or maybe just being made by someone else, i.e. like Other M? So what do you think about the Metroid in general and the future?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's absolutely possible. I mean, we've seen that happen. After Metroid Prime 3, like, a series was on ice for a long time, minus some spin-offs, and until finally Dread showed up, which was the first 2D game in, what, 20 years at that point? Since GBA. So yeah, we've had that big gap already before we've had any new games in the series. It's only recently where Nintendo's trying to bring it back. And yeah, I mean, I think if Metroid Prime 4 doesn't manage to break through that 3 million glass ceiling, or concrete ceiling in its case, maybe, I don't know, it might like that might be the end of like Metroid Prime games, I think, because it's not. Is it worth investing? To me, it's pretty clear, maybe I'm wrong, that the budget for Metroid Prime 4 is almost certainly much higher than Metroid Dreads was, and whatever the next 2D game will be. And then it's like, is it worth investing more, especially, with a studio that's made, that can make other games too, really, stellar games.
Yeah.
Whether or not, I mean, and it sells, whether or not it sells well, I'm sure the game's going to be great, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, it just becomes a matter of economics. Like, they can spend less time on a cheaper game, get that out sooner, and have it sell better. Like, it seems obvious at that point.
Yeah.
And so I do kind of hope, though, that that's not what happens. I really do like the Metroid Prime series. The first game in particular, the remaster is great. Metroid Prime 4 looks promising. I think Metroid Prime 4 is probably, even though it's still like a Switch game, it's probably the best looking game on Switch too, from Nintendo at least. I think it looks amazing. Yeah. Especially in playing it hands-on, the event, it felt great. And yeah, but at the same time, I'm concerned because Metroid Dread sales, as you mentioned, despite being the best-selling game in the series, it's only that barely, and it's on a platform 5 times bigger than the GameCube's was, or even bigger than that. I think the install base. So I don't know, but I would hope that my other hope for Nintendo is that they are looking at doing more with Metroid beyond just games. Like, maybe I think a movie or TV show series could maybe be a way of having it broaden to a broader, different demographic, which could then maybe reignite the games, maybe. So,
Yes, yeah. Billy, before I ask you, Billy, 86 says, I think they should reboot the series, and this is by 86 Games. I think they should reboot the series and launch it looking more like adult title, but still keep the core of the game mechanics, like looking like a cyberpunk graphics-wise, but it's still Metroid. Yeah, absolutely. Billy, what do you think, my friend? What do you think? I know you love Metroid as well.
Yeah. I really don't know what they can do with Metroid, because it's not only Metroid. It's a few games that Nintendo have, like Bayonetta. Bayonetta is a great, wonderful game.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sell like that. Maybe 2-3 million, I think. With Bayonetta 1, 2, 3, they doesn't sell like that. And I really love those games. So with Metroid, I see those games like them. So what Nintendo can do with Metroid? I don't know. The 120 frames per second. I don't know if that's enough.
No.
To make people, I need to buy this game. It's
It needs
120 frames per second.
240 frames per
That's
second.
enough.
Yeah. See, and Sketches just said something I was about to ask Andre. He says multiplayer might be the ace up the sleeve, and that is something I hear a lot, right? That is they think what it's missing is a multiplayer angle. Do you agree, Andre, with that? Because I saw you nodding.
Are you sure?
I don't. For me, I don't need it.
Great game.
I don't need it for multiplayer myself.
I don't need it myself. I don't need it myself either. And in many cases, I feel like multiplayer or single player is often shoehorned into games that don't need it.
Yeah.
I do think though that might be Metroid's best chance right now of breaking outside that sells. Like if you can sell it as like a compelling multiplayer game, a multiplayer shooter from Nintendo, that could be pretty big.
Yeah,
they've already flirted with us before with Metroid and Metroid Prime 2.
Yeah,
Metroid
I thought
Prime
so.
Hunters. Yeah, and so there is something there that could possibly work. I don't know if they've had the development staff to make it happen. Like I don't know if they're willing to commit to that. But I think it might be their best shot at making this even bigger than what it may, than what Metroid has been up to this point. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Quickly in the chat, Sam Bain says, this is old news. Nintendo won the console war back in 2017. It's just that people were in denial until Sony and Microsoft went multi-platform. Yeah, like it's interesting. For me, the only thing I could ever go back to with why it might not sell as big is I think two things, and I've said this before, that people look at Metroid and they think, people who don't know what Metroid is, I mean, right? So people who see the trailer on the TV or whatever, and I think they think at first, in the first 5 seconds, oh, okay, this is a first-person shooter. And then they carry on watching the trailer and they're like, okay, wait, hold on, where's the action? Like, what's going on here? This looks kind of, kind of devoid of action, and they don't realize it's not really a first-person shooter. It's like a first-person exploration puzzle. Yeah, there's shooting in it, and there's and this kind of stuff as well, and there's big bosses. But it's not like you're going turn it. It's not GTA Call of Duty. You're not going around each corner shooting aliens. It's not that. Like you're very isolated.
It's not Halo. It's not Doom.
Yeah, exactly. It's not Doom. And that's the thing. I think some people might compare it to Doom, and it's not that. It's almost like Alien Isolation, but you're outside of the ship. You're wandering around and you're discovering things and you're investigating and you're very isolated. And it's and every so often that gets abrupt and interrupted by aliens or whatever. And so I think that's maybe, I don't know if they can't get that messaging across, or maybe just people just don't on the mass don't like that type of experience, maybe.
Yeah, I mean Metroidvania is, I think,
let's fix this. Just crossover between Metroid and Star Fox. Yeah, let's go.
There we go.
Nintendo, do it.
Wasn't there that rumor like forever ago? I think Metroidvanias are kind of like, I don't know, inherently kind of like they're kind of a niche genre in general, right? I don't know if there's been like a truly breakout one.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what did Hollow Knight sell? Like, that's one of the few you hear about all the time, right? And that sold. Actually, that was a big one. So wow, Hollow Knight. I didn't realize Hollow Knight was this big.
I was gonna say, because that must be the biggest selling Metroidvania, right? I mean, in recent years.
It has to be. If what I'm saying is correct, it sold. It looks like. Is it over 20 million units?
20 million.
I can see that.
I don't believe that. Hold on.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know if I believe that.
No, to be honest, I could probably believe it because, man.
No, okay. I don't think that's right. I think I might be wrong. Well, I don't know.
Someone in the chat, let us know. Hold on, while Andre's looking at that, let me quickly just run through some few comments. Give me
no way that's right. I'm just gonna say it. I don't think that's right. So
here you go. Eddie
don't
says,
quote me on that, everyone. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong.
Everyone tomorrow on Twitter. Andre says.
Yeah.
Right. 86 says it's not an action shooter. Absolutely not. Sketcher says that's the trouble. Generally, people who like shooters don't often like puzzles. Exactly. At least in the same game. That's why. Yeah.
Sorry. I have to correct myself. Okay. Yes. That number was from Reddit. That was way wrong. From what I'm seeing now, it's 2.8 million sales for Hollow Knight, which makes way more sense.
Okay.
I was starting to get worried. I'm like, damn, are like Metroidvanias like huge? Like, So again, though, I think that 3 million cap, right?
Yeah,
like it kind of shows, yeah.
That's so funny. It was like Hollow Knight sells 2.5 million, but Andre swears it's 20 million.
I was like, I'm like, this like changes everything I thought I knew about gaming.
Wait, hold on. Why is no one buying Metroid if Hollow Knight's selling 20 million?
Like, dang, Metroid's an even bigger failure than I thought. Dang.
We're like, we need to get Hollow Knight in Metroid.
Yeah, right. Yeah, seriously. No kidding.
Oh, right. We're about to start our last topic before we do the 20 questions. For those who don't know, we're going to do our top 10. Oh, mate, we're going to lose more subscribers today. We're all going to give our top 10 N64, Nintendo, and Rare games. So like a mixed match of the top 10 N64 games, but it's only Nintendo or Rare. And then we're gonna play 20 questions. I thought of a game. We've got 20 questions, and Vidya, Andre need to try and guess what the game is. Should they guess what the game is, someone in the chat is gonna win a $20 voucher, you lucky rats. If they guess, they might not. In that case, you'll win nothing but our time. But so we're gonna get straight to it now. Did I catch up with the chat? Hold on, there's a couple more. Sam Bain says Metroid needs to have. Here we go. Although I'm a bit at crossroads with this, but okay. Sam Bain says Metroid needs to have a Breath of the Wild overhaul and a Samus redesign. Multiplayer won't help it. See, I've got this theory I'm having where, and it's Donkey Kong that's made me think this way. That I'm starting to think Nintendo's tinkering a bit too much with its games. Like even with at the first time I played Mario Kart World, I was like, oh, I love this. This is the best one ever. I've kind of stopped playing a little bit, but I haven't given up on Mario Kart. I do think in about 2 years' time, that game's going to look completely different. It's going to have a vast amount of things on the map, more challenges. I'm very excited and intrigued by what Mario Kart becomes. But Tears of the Kingdom, they did it with Donkey Kong. I thought they played a bit too much with it, in just my opinion. And to that point, I'm worried they're going to do it with all their future games. Like, I'm worried that Mario is going to be tinkered more, and the next, I don't know, Star Fox when it comes out. I'm a bit worried they're getting a bit too free with these franchises. What do you think, Audrey?
Oh, it's such a balancing act because on the one hand, like, you know, if you do too much of the same thing, it just gets tiring. You know, we saw that with the new Super Mario Brothers game, Zelda for a long time. People get sick of that formula.
Skyward. What did you think of Skyward Sword, by the way?
I was largely indifferent to it. Like, I think I enjoyed it more playing it again on Switch. You know, when that kind of experience felt a little bit more novel. You know, since we had Breath of the Wild already at that point. Yeah. But it's not my favorite Zelda.
Nah, terrible game.
Yeah. I mean, it's not my first game I'd go back and replay. No. But you know, so on the one hand, you need to redevelop games just to keep people engaged. On the other, you kind of need, you need to respect by and large what made that series what it is. Absolutely. And so it is tough finding the balancing act, you know, and I don't think they always, you know, I think that Nintendo usually does a pretty good job. They don't always hit a home run. And especially in cases with like Bonanza, where it seems like almost everyone loves it. But you and I, you know, maybe people are old school fans, like it didn't quite register for us on the same level. Absolutely. Newer fans, so
absolutely. But yeah, well, quickly, I just seen that the comment that Eyeslight just left on there. I hope Donkey Kong 64 isn't on that list. Thank God you already gave me a super chat.
Who say that?
Vidya,
who's hating on DK64?
Don't worry, Vidya. I've got them. Vidya, what do you give for Skyward Sword out of 10? Tell the truth. Come on, Vidya, tell the truth.
An 8.
Oh my God. Okay. He's lying.
Yeah. Hey, I like the game. Hey.
8. Oh, wow. Like 8. Like 0.8.
Yeah, I really like the game.
Oh, wow. All right. All right. I'm not judging.
The music was good. The game, I never, well, I played on the Wii. So I never have any type of problem with, you know, with the motion control, blah blah blah. So I really enjoy the game. I really like it.
I'm not judging. Like, even Link in the cinema seat look back. Even he look back.
The King are better. So.
Oh, I don't know. All right. Anyways, okay. So we're gonna go on now. The last topic before the 20 questions. Our top 10. Oh Jesus Lord. Our top 10 N64 Zelda. Nintendo Rare. Okay. So I'll go first. And then just make sure there is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, cool. All right, so I'm going to start off first. I've got Mario Kart 64 at 10. Okay, standard reason.
I knew that.
Yeah, very good, very amazing game, very good game. You know, I didn't like it as much as the Super Nintendo, but it was one of those games where, man, I mean, I probably played it the entire time I had the N64 throughout, right? It was really fun. I think the battle mode, because I've always been, and this is why another reason I haven't been in love with Mario Kart World, is because I usually go back to the battle mode. And I didn't really like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The battle mode is incredible, but I didn't like it too much in Matey and the Mario Kart World. All right, hold on. I can see Andre looking.
Wait, sorry. I'm sorry. Did you like Mario Kart 64's battle mode, or are you saying you didn't like that one?
I'm trying to remember. I thought it was okay, but I didn't like it as much as battle mode in the Super Nintendo, the classic.
I see.
But yeah, I liked it. But I still liked it.
I mean, it did have Block Fort, which might be the best
exactly.
arena of all time.
I still liked it. And did they have the donut? No, the donut was Double Dash, right?
The donut? Yeah. Which is back in the new one in World, so...
I'll say briefly what my issue is with battle mode in Mario Kart World is that because obviously there's, 24 racers. And so they made
that they hate.
No, it's because they made the maps bigger, understandably, of course. Yeah. But I think they've made them so big that I go driving around for like seconds at a time without seeing anyone. I'm like, no, come on. This doesn't feel hectic.
It simultaneously at times feels too empty, but also too chaotic at points, and it's a weird mix.
Balancing.
I don't know why they just can't get battle mode right.
Yeah. As well. So, Sam Bain, you're going to be very happy with me, Sam Bain. I hope I'm saying your name right. God bless you. So, 10 Mario Kart. Number 9, Mario Tennis. Incredible game. Oh, man, one of the multiplayer
really
games.
Good.
Oh, to this day, it's still the best one. The most balanced. The shots feel the best. It's just an incredible game. The GameCube...
Honestly, yeah, 64 sports games are fantastic.
Best ones. Mario 10. Oh, I didn't put Mario Golf now. I feel bad. Damn it.
Golf, yep.
All right. So 10 Mario Kart, 9 Mario Tennis, 8 Diddy Kong Racing. Yeah, boy.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Higher than Mario Kart.
Yeah, definitely higher than Mario Kart. The best game. Multiplayer, I don't know. It might be a little bit not as good, but the single player is so much better than the single player in Mario Kart. The music, the open world.
Player.
Honestly, it's just man. Plus we got Conker there and Banjo there, so yeah.
That's right.
What was that? So 7 Mario 64. Oh God, diggity damn!
Whoa!
This is where I look at the subscriber count. Like you said, what?
I'm canceling you now.
Andre's just it's gonna be an empty chair, just Andre's list on his chair. So was that 7 Mario 64, 6 Donkey Kong 64. Yeah, boy.
Above Mario, I'm out. I'm done. Can't take this. Oh my God.
Yeah, boy. Let me just write it down.
I'm with you, bro.
Let me just write it down. Hold on. 6, 5, 4.
DK. Hey,
all right.
Donkey Kong.
So, here we go. Number 5, Perfect Dark. Yeah, okay. Classic shooter. Number 4, Conker's Bad Fur Day. I've got number 4.
An interesting one. Yeah.
Number 3, big hitters. Oh man, Nintendo was so lucky we didn't do overall Red Nintendo. But anyway, number 3, Banjo-Kazooie. Hell yeah.
Good. Yeah. All right.
Number 2, GoldenEye. And I had to put Ocarina number 1.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I think a lot of people had that as their number 1.
So I'll run through it quick, and then I'll just say something about this list. So here we go. So 10 Mario Kart, 9 Mario Tennis, 8 Diddy Kong Racing, 7 Mario 64, 6 Donkey Kong 64, 5 Perfect Dark, 4 Conker's Bad Fur Day, 3 Banjo-Kazooie, 2 GoldenEye, and 1 Ocarina. Now, had this been all-time rare at Nintendo, I would have had Twilight Princess number 1, Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo number 1, Twilight Princess number 2, then Ocarina, But those would have been my top 2. But the chat, God bless you all. The best game is N64 is Ocarina of Time says. So before we'll go to Bidia next, and then let me just read what people are saying. People are unsubscribed already. It's a shame what happened to Rare. Absolutely. Sketches is laughing at my list. Ruby says, I agree. DG8 Deluxe is so great, especially with the DLC, Mario Kart chat. The best game on N64 is Ocarina of Time, hands down. Yeah. Only game better than Mario 64 is Ocarina of Time and Donkey Kong 64. He forgot to add that in. And 86 says it's between Ocarina and GoldenEye. Yeah, it's a good one. Right, Bidia 507, your time to lose subscribers. Give us your top 10, my friend.
Bro, first, you wilding with that list. I'm just telling you that. So, but
Oh, wait. Some of you are already
Uh-huh.
going to notice I did not put Majora's Mask in there only because it's an awful game. No. It's because I never finished it. It's, no. It's only because I never finished it even to this day, so I couldn't in good faith put it. But back in the day, I will be honest, it never grabbed me. It just didn't. I don't know. It
Sounds like a skill issue.
yeah. I was waiting for the My Mario version of it. Bidia, go for it, my friend. Top 10.
Okay, let me be naughty. So number 10, Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah.
All right.
number 9, Majora's Mask, of course. Number 8, Killer Instinct. Let's go, Killer Instinct. Number 8.
Hey.
Number 7, Mario 64.
Yep.
And number 6, Jet for Gemini. Let's go.
Yeah.
Dang.
Boy.
Above Mario 64.
Yeah. Yo, wait. And number 5, my boy DK64. Let's go.
What number? What number is
Yeah.
DK64?
Number 5.
Okay. Yep.
And number 4, Prefer Dark, of course. And number 3, Mario Kart 64. Number 2, Conquer Bad Fur Day.
Yep.
And number 1, Big Boy, Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time. Good list. So then now just run through it quickly, Bidia. Just say 10 to 9, 10 to 1 quick.
Okay, let's go. Diddy Kong Racing 10. Number 9, Banjo Kazooie. No, sorry. And Majora's. Number 8, Killer Instinct. Number 7, Mario 64. Number 6, Jet for Gemini. Number 5, DK64. Number 4, Perfect Dark. Number 3, Mario Kart 64. Number 2, Conquer. On number 1, and Ocarina of Time.
So you put Perfect Dark above GoldenEye. Interesting. I think a lot of people would though. Right, good list.
Yeah, what? Perfect
just-
Dark better than Evo 07. Let's go.
Ooh, okay. All right, let us know in the chat what you're thinking now. Andre is disgusted with us. This is the last time. The last time he's ever going to appear on this podcast. He's like, that's it. Every time I go on, these clowns say something stupid. Andre, give us your list, my friend.
I was literally like rewriting it as like we're talking. But I'm like, I'm not even fully sure how I feel about my own list. Because I feel like it's such a
Blast Corp. The first one, Blast Corp.
And I might be cheating Blast Corp. Yes, there we go.
I love
might be cheating
Blast
a little bit in some senses. Hold on. Let me double check I have this right. Okay. All right. I've got my list. I want to just put it out there right now. Just that Donkey Kong 64 is nowhere on my list. It's nowhere near my list. It's not nowhere on it.
Donkey Kong is not on your list.
64 it's not on my list. Not on my list.
No!
All right. And we're going to start off with a doozy here. Number 10, Ocarina of Time.
What? What?
That's right.
No.
So
Wow.
the thing is, this list is hard because there's two standards to it, right?
No, wait. You're not joking. You're serious.
I'm serious. I'm serious.
Disrespect.
Because there's two things to this list. That I had to make work together. That's how I felt about the game at the time. And at the time, Ocarina of Time was amazing. I thought it was one of the best games I ever played. But then, like, every time I've gone back to it, I'm like, I'm not liking it as much as I used to. So I had to balance that out. Like, it's still a really good game, but I don't like revisiting all that much these days.
I can't believe you were angry about Donkey Kong 64 now.
Hey,
Yo.
someone, the chat's got me. Someone in the chat, is
Eyes Light. Yes, it's light.
They're
Thank you, Andre, he says.
More Ocarina of Time. One of the two. I'm not sure
No.
which.
I think it's about Donkey Kong, I think.
No,
yeah.
he's banned. He's banned.
Yeah.
ATV, ban him.
Yeah.
Anyways, mine is gonna make even more sense once I get further into this. Anyways, number 9, Wave Race 64.
Ooh,
Love the
okay.
game, so much fun.
Yep.
And I always have a blast. Number 8, the original Paper Mario. I think it's a really good
Okay.
game.
Nice.
I still think it's one of my favorite Paper Marios.
Ooh.
And I just
I forget
I
about
think
it.
yeah, it has some really strong chapters in that game that just really speak to me. Number
Wait. Did you see the comment from Isla? I take my thanks back, Andre.
No! I had them, I lost them. Darn it. All right. Where are we at? We're at number 7.
Number 7.
Yeah, number 7. Mario Party 2.
Oh,
For
yeah.
the longest time, this is my favorite Mario Party, and certainly back in the day.
Oh, Mario
like,
Party.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, I really liked all three Mario Parties. Back in the day, the first
Mario Party was
huge. Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah.
My friends would play it all the freaking time.
Mario Party
And
was
if you ask me, you know, at some other point in time, I might rank it even higher. So, but Mario Party 2, number 7. Number 6, Diddy Kong Racing, because I adored that game. So much fun. And even though I loved Mario Kart 64 back in the day, I just can't go back to that game anymore. Diddy Kong Racing stomps it for me in almost every way. So that's why it's on this list, and Mario Kart 64 isn't. Okay, this is where it gets a little weird. Number 5, I couldn't choose between GoldenEye and Perfect Dark. Like, my memories of both just like coalesced into one. So I'm putting both together. Like, they're both in the exact same spot. Number 5 for me. I can't even separate them anymore.
Okay.
Oh, he's cheating.
Yeah,
He's cheating.
it is cheating.
No,
No, it is cheating though.
Hey.
Yeah.
If I didn't cheat, the Ocarina of Time would have bumped down number 10, all right? So, number 4, Smash Brothers. I freaking love this game. This game was a game changer. A fighting game with Mario characters in that time? Unheard of.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun. I still think it's one of my most played Smash Brothers game, with only Smash Brothers Brawl, I think, possibly overtaking it. So it was so much fun. Loved it. Number 3. This is the real reason why Ocarina of Time is as far as it is. But it's Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask. I greatly prefer Ocarina of Time. Yeah, it's so good. I love this game, and it did things that Zelda still hasn't done to this day. Even like have characterization at that level. I love the real time, the quasi real time setting, like the constant the clock that's always ticking down.
Yeah,
because it gives every action meaning. I love that. That was great. So I want them to do that again one of these days.
Wait, hold on. What number is that? Number 3.
3.
What the hell's 1 and 2?
Number 2 is arguably better. So it could be argued as better than my number 1 pick. Number 2, Banjo-Kazooie.
Yes.
Number 1, Mario 64. The thing is, for me, Mario 64, even if it obviously has data elements these days, for its time, for as amazing as that game was, I can never override that. That game to me is one of the most impactful games I've ever played in my life. It is the most impactful game I've ever played in my life. And I don't care how bad it may be these days. I don't think it's bad at all. But I don't care how bad anyone thinks it is. Those memories will never be overwritten. And that game is amazing for that alone. So that's why I have that as 1, Banjo-Kazooie 2. I think Banjo-Kazooie was amazing, but it wasn't Mario 64 at the time.
Oh,
so.
damn! Oh, Andre, read it quick. 10-1. Oh. And then the chat, from what you guys remember, 64. You guys vote.
Number 1, Blast Score. Blast Score.
No Blast Score, sadly. 10, Ocarina of Time. 9, Waver 64. 8, Paper Mario. 7, Mario Party 2. 6, Diddy Kong Racing. 5, GoldenEye Perfect Dark. 4, Smash Brothers. 3, Majora's Mask. 2, Banjo-Kazooie. Number 1, Mario 64.
Wow, there you go, peeps. Even just keep playing. God bless you, Mr. Justin. He's in the chat. He says, "What did I just walk into? This top 10 is insane." He said, "Ocarina of Time supremacy forever." We had someone in the chat say, "Thank you, Andre. Actually, I take that back." And also, quick before you guys in the chat.
This is wild.
It's wild. From what you guys in the chat can remember, you guys vote ATB, Video, Andre, who had the best list for you. And also, we got a brand new member. What? Hold on. Has it popped up? Here we go. Islight has become an ATB member. God bless you, my friend. Welcome to the channel. You are too kind, bro. Welcome aboard. An honor to have you here with us, and I look forward to seeing you more and more in the future. Is like, even though he was disgusted with Andre, I think even that's why I think he became a member to my channel, just because he felt so bad for me. He's like, I can't believe you had to listen to that, ATV. I'll be a member to help you through. Bless. But man, that was super fun. I can't believe Ocarina wasn't in there. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it would have been, had you asked me, within 10 years of releasing, absolutely would have been.
Oh, wow. But look, the first comment, Mario 64 whoop. I like Andre's list, to be honest. God damn. Who'd have thought? Well, there you go. Well, whilst people are still debating that list, probably recovering from that list, we're going to end with a game of 20 questions. I have thought of a game, and Biddy, and you guys can use the questions from the chat if you guys want, Andre and Biddy. If you see a question in the chat that you'd like to use, absolutely you can. So you got 20 questions. There's just yes or no questions, right? So was this game made in the 2010 to 2020, whatever that kind of stuff? Is this game Nintendo that? So 20 yes or no questions. Well, you get 19 really, because the 20th it has to be a guess. If you haven't guessed already, if they guess my game, and I'll write it down so I'm sure I'm not cheating. If they guess my game, then someone in the chat is going to win a $20 giveaway. There we go. So whoever wants to go first, you guys can go. We'll play officially in the game, and we all finish quick because we're coming up on Andre's time now. So there you go. Whoever got a question, throw them at me.
So are we alternating or how?
Whoever, no, you can discuss. We'll throw at any time, whichever. Yeah, and I'll count the questions. Don't worry.
All right. Do you have anything? I'm trying to think of.
Vidya?
Huh?
Do you have any questions?
I was drinking water.
You drinking water?
All right, I'll come up with something. All right, it can be any platform,
Oh.
right? Okay, yeah, I guess. Hold on, let me rephrase.
And question.
Yeah, go on, Andre first.
So
Is it? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, Andre,
sorry,
go on,
okay,
Andre.
Go on,
Is it a Nintendo game? Is it made by Nintendo?
Bloody hell, yes.
Okay,
One
all right,
question.
that down. All right.
Vidya?
Okay.
Well, anytime. It doesn't matter. Don't take it in turns.
Yeah,
Whoever's got them.
Say and third person.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. You had to think about that for a long time.
No, I don't know
Now
why.
I'm
I literally
curious.
don't take anything for that. I don't know why
Okay,
I
all right,
figure
all
out
right.
because it was so stupid. It's yes. It's yes.
Is it a Mario game?
No. Oh
Okay.
no.
You're really confusing me with these.
I just thought it's not a Mario
Okay.
game. But you'll understand my reaction if you get the game.
Is it a oh man, is it a multiplayer game?
No.
Okay.
No.
A platformer.
No. That's 5 questions.
Is it on the Switch?
Yes.
Is it on Switch Online?
Yes. That's 7 questions.
All right, that narrows it down. So we know it's not a recent game. All right, chat's asking, is it a fighting game?
Yes. Hold on. How many questions? That's 8 questions.
Nintendo Switch Online.
Wait, is it Killer Instinct Gold?
No. That's 9 questions.
Darn it. Sorry, I'm wasting questions now.
No, that's right.
I'm trying to think, is it? But I'm trying like a fighting game, and it was made by Nintendo, right?
That's
Isn't
what it
that-
says on my Google, yes, on my Wikipedia.
What? Hey, TV, come on,
and
bro.
we know Smash isn't on NSO yet.
No.
No.
And by the way,
So-
Gamebird's in the chat. Welcome, Gamebird.
Wait, isn't that weird robot fighting game that came out in Japan on Super Famicom only or whatever Famicom?
Is that a question?
Is a question. It's an official question.
No.
Darn it.
That's 10.
I don't know, bro. A fighting game by Nintendo?
No, it can't be. No, that can't be. It can't be ARMS because it's on Switch Online. Actually, let me clarify. So I won't go back to the previous question. When I asked you the Switch Online, do you take that as is it on the classic consoles, or do you take it as being an online game?
I took it as classic consoles.
Okay, that's what I meant to ask.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we know it can't be ARMS then. So okay,
You got 10 questions left.
we're
Yeah.
halfway through. Man, what the?
ATV, a fighting game made by Nintendo.
I'm
You
not
say that,
crazy.
right?
I double checked. It's made by them.
What? And did not smash?
Yeah, like-
what the heck?
I mean, okay, I was maybe a little too specific before. I asked for Killer Instinct Gold. Is it Killer Instinct?
No.
Okay, all right. I was stupid. I should have asked that.
No,
again.
no.
I wasted-
But,
I've heard 2 questions on this now.
Oh, hold on. That's 11. You got 9 more. 9 more.
Oh my god, I don't even know what it could be.
That's
Like,
wild.
I literally don't even know of any of the Nintendo fighting games.
Yes,
Like,
I double
I've
checked.
named them
It
all.
is in fact developed and published by Nintendo.
What?
Is it,
Wait,
is
wait.
it has to be. Is it an 8-bit era game?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I know it's not that weird robot fighting game I mentioned.
Got 8 questions left.
Chat, we're gonna need help. Oh my, no, there's no way. Punch Out doesn't count. Is it Punch Out?
Yes.
Oh, what?
It's a
Oh,
fighting
come
game.
on,
It's a
bro.
fighting game.
Yeah.
It's a
All right.
fighting game.
Shout out to Just Keep Playing. They nailed it.
God damn it, Justin! You've made me $20.
As a fighting game. Like I think that's
That's
I
cheating.
see
Come
it.
on,
I can get. I
ATV.
see it. I think it's like a puzzle game almost. You know, like.
Yeah, that's not cheating. Why is it cheat? That's a Nintendo developed fighting game.
Come on, bro.
What you mean? So,
You're cheating, bro.
oh, I can't believe it. You know what? Next time I'm gonna say no help from the chat.
Chat's too good. Chat's too powerful.
Yeah, chat's too powerful. Hold on, wait, let me just make sure that. Hold on, we get the chat here. 1 second. So what we'll do now that we are doing the giveaway, we'll do it really quick before we leave. So we'll do it by a keyword. Let me just type the keyword here. Hold on 1 second, friends. Hold on. And it's going to be very simple. So if you want to go in for the $20 it's going to be $20 or, you know, well, whatever, you know, euros or, you know, pounds, whatever the equivalent, right? So the keyword is, I'm going to type it in the chat so you guys can see it. It's just KO, KO, KO. So whoever wants to go for the giveaway, just type in KO, KO, and then we'll roll it. I can't believe Justin made me $20 poorer.
Way to go, Justin.
He's supposed to be a friend. Oh my God. Right, so everyone, yeah, I'll give it 30 seconds. Which, by the way, I can't believe I've never finished Punch Out. I streamed it maybe about a year ago. Video will remember because he always comes into my streams to watch me die and get killed over and over. So
I enjoy it.
He enjoys it, and so you know, so I got really damn far, but I got stuck on it. I don't think it was even the last fighter. It wasn't even Mike Tyson. It was like the second last guy, and I just couldn't do it. Mr. Dream was I don't know, but I couldn't do it. Well, hold on a second, no, because it's not Mike Tyson. They took him out, didn't they? It wasn't Mike Tyson in the end. They swapped for Mr. Dream. Yeah, so I don't think I even got to the Mr. Dream. Why is my wife entering the giveaway? What are you doing, babe?
Hey, ATV.
Oh, so she can give me back the $20. Sorry, Vidya?
ATV, can I do a question?
Yeah, go for it.
So I want to say something, you know, something deep, something profound.
Oh, please, please.
So listen up. I just want to know why Stephanie hates Pikmin 4.
That is a good question. Not just Pikmin 4. She just hates the Pikmin. She just hates Pikmin.
The Pikmin.
The Pikmin.
Wow. Stephanie, please.
If there's anything that's a red flag, it's like someone that hates Pikmin.
Wow. Hashtag red flag.
It's unbelievable. Right, so everyone's in there. I can see at the moment, if I don't call out your name, you're not in the giveaway. So make sure you type in KO. At the moment, we got my wife, Steffi Luton. If she wins, don't worry, we do a reroll. Sketches, It's Light, 86, Mr. G, DG. That's who's in at the moment. I'll see. I can make sure. I'll make sure all the names go popped in. So I'm gonna roll in about 30 seconds time. Oh my God! If I can change it such as everyone's put in without keywords, that's fine. So we just do that now. Right. All right. Give it 20 seconds, and I'm gonna roll it. Good luck to everyone. If it's my wife, I'm gonna cry. We had to do it. We did a giveaway the other day on Jill. We had to redo it 3 times because every time I chose a winner, it was someone who didn't want to be in the giveaway. It was like the most tense giveaway after that. All right, DG says she can't be in the giveaway since she doesn't like the Pikmin. Exactly. Doesn't deserve a giveaway. Right, okay. All right, so I can choose it. 3, good luck everyone. 3, 2, 1, and the winner is Sketches. As it popped up, there we go. Sketches, Harmony, you are the winner. I know you follow me already on X or Discord, one of them, so no problem, my friend. I'll make sure you get your, what did I say, $20 voucher, or pounds or euros, wherever you are. I don't even have to, even though it's a Nintendo podcast, it can even be for something else. And you know what? The way it's going, if it's a Steam voucher, you can probably get Pikmin there in the future. Who knows? You never know. Hold on to for 10 years. But that is the end of the podcast. I had such a damn good time. Let me quickly thank, of course, my guests, Bidia507 and Andre Sirius from Game Explain. I've got all of their information, all their X accounts and their YouTube channels in the description below. So make sure you go follow them, give them a like. Make sure you follow them on X and on YouTube. They both make, they both, as you know, make incredible content. So, make sure you go follow them. And Mr. Bidia, you first, where can people find you? And what have you got next planned for your channel, my friend?
Like Bidia507. That's my name, and the name of my channel, Bilando con Bila. I speak English and Spanish, not too well English,
He says that.
I don't
I've
speak too well,
only
so
did
I
the
can
whole
try- I
podcast
try
in
to do my
English.
best.
Come on, mate.
I try to do my best. My first language is Spanish, so so yeah, on my channel Bilano con Villa, I stream every single day. Right now, I'm trying to see when I'm going to play for the first time Donkey Kong Country.
Let's go.
I've never played that game before,
Oh,
wow.
so I'm
You're
getting
in for a
that
treat.
hate.
Yeah, best game ever. Oh, if
So,
only
yeah,
Donkey Kong
I think
Bonanza
I'm going
was
to play
like
that
that.
game on Sunday.
Perfect. And Andre, where can the folks find you? And what do you have, man? You're a busy man. What do you have in store next for us, Andre?
Yeah, you can find me over at the YouTube channel Game Explain. We're on TikTok too, or my personal Twitter at Andre Seegers. And right now, I want to eventually get out a DK Bonanza review or some kind of video on it. I don't know if that's going to happen before I leave for Gamescom on Sunday, so I'll have coverage
nice.
of Gamescom very soon. And I may have a new Cool Bits episode, hopefully in the near future as well, for those who follow my channel like Easter eggs. We'll have that out hopefully in not too long. So yeah, that's pretty much what we got cooking.
Are you gonna make a video on, because no, Elden Ring's gonna be there, right? Are you gonna do a special on Elden Ring? Oh, you have to, Andre. You have to.
I wasn't planning on it, but maybe I'll have to now.
Now.
Yeah. I do have some fun things lined up. Like, I'm actually gonna take it pretty easy this year, I think. But I've got some fun appointments lined up already. I think people are really gonna enjoy.
After your mission of Ocarina of Time, you got some things to make up. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I guess so. That's right.
No, I'm just joking. Well, there you go, my friends. I hope you enjoyed the podcast today. It was super fun. I'll be back myself. You can find my socials everywhere on X and obviously on YouTube. And I'll be back tomorrow with doing some Nintendo news. I think I'm gonna stream Punch Out and try and actually for once finish it. So I'm gonna give myself a good 10-hour window.
Oh, you're gonna be playing that famous fighting game?
It's a fighting game.
Come on, that was cheating, bro.
How would I describe it? Like, I can't say it's a sports game, right? What would you call it? It's a fighter. Like if I was going by boxing, no one ever would have got it. Well, maybe, I don't know. Send me a Discord server link, Andre. I can't join it right now. You hear that? There you go. That's for Andre. Simply Luigi. Right, friends. Okay, so we're gonna go, but I'll be back tomorrow. Have yourselves an awesome day, and I shall catch you all later. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Everyone.